understand what someone may need from us, and that will come from being a good neighbor and saying hello and acknowledging the people in our community that should be acknowledged. So thank you, Rita.
I'll go with Kim on this, and Kim and I are going to start working together, and you'll see different events. One of those events will be bringing the women, the girls on the streets together for a beauty day and doing hair and really, staying on the streets.
What do I do?
It's overwhelming
Just
for
keep
me.
her going.
I'm not. I remember standing here and not one person showed up. Now it's just like getting bigger and bigger.
I would like us all to
and I'm sure the next one will be even bigger, but
come in,
to tell you that our homeless population has grown 230% from 2014 to 2017.
And then after,
and that's not 2018, that's not 2019. We have people
walk
coming
together
up from
through
Syria,
our community,
and these are really vulnerable and hurting people, and we can't have like we had last week with somebody shooting firecrackers out our window. That's just unacceptable.
Awesome. Thank you.
Long there, sister.
You haven't heard nothing yet. Wait till she sings.
Oh, Jesus. You do it. Nope. Hang on to it.
So I have many, many stories about Lynn. Not very many that are PG. She was funny because she kind of had this role that she played of the little old lady and tried to make herself look older than she was. Hey, Rex, I'm going to
She's a little old Rex. Okay, I remember, I was here for 6 years.
I know.
So I remember her just, I bought flowers off her.
I did? Did you?
Yeah, I did.
That's good. See, that's the one thing, I had never bought flowers off of her. And we had a deal. But you have to get
flowers.
every time, and this is every time it went the exact same way.
I felt her.
She goes, hey, Corey, you need to buy some flowers. And I said, no, I don't need to buy flowers because I know where you took those flowers from.
It was maybe the problems were really evident on him, you could think, but we all got challenges and struggles, and we all, in that way, can just learn to treat people with respect and dignity, and that's one of the great lessons.
But Corey, if you buy flowers, you'll get some tonight.
How's that working for you?
And I said, Lynn, I got 9 kids. I think I'm okay. Then she'd leave me alone. No, she wouldn't. Lynn was this great lady who just loved people, and she lived a life. We all know that. We all know where the flowers came from. That's not a surprise to anybody. But the thing about Lynn is I heard people just rail her and get after her and just try to tear her down. And then I'd see her turn around and say, well, you know what? Why don't you take them for free this time? Or she'd come up to me after and say, that person just needs to get some coffee or something else. And the thing about Lynn was that she didn't, from what I saw, she really didn't judge people. And she treated everybody equally, whether you were wearing the nicest suit in the world or you were homeless on the street, she still tried to sell them for $5. And she still gave me a smile. And you can generally see she cared. And the one thing I always want to remember about Lynn is that Lynn was somebody's mom, she's somebody's sister, she's somebody's daughter. And just like everybody that's on the street, we say it's probably between 300 and 400 right now. And every single one of them has people that love them and care for them. And it would be great if we actually tried to show that every once in a while. Like you said, it's very simple. It's not about fixing it. It's not about, well, I know we give a meal and all that, but the meal is one thing. Everything else, that's great. But the thing we look forward to is being able to sit down with another human being and talk to them. And to see what's going on, see what's going on in life. Give them a place where they can come in and be warm for a little bit. The thing that we combat the most, I think, in this world is loneliness. That doesn't matter if you got no money or you got all the money in the world. There's a lot of people out there that all they need is somebody to just say hi, or give them a smile, or open the door, or really sit down and listen to what they have to say. Lynn did that for me, Lynn did that for other people. And if we could just do that for one more human being this week, what kind of an impact could we have on this town? I would love to sit down with those guys who threw the firecrackers. For two reasons. The one I won't do. But the second one is to say, no, what's behind that? Because something's got to be going wrong for you to get to the point where you're going to do that to another human being. So what's going on in your life that got you to that point? For the people who drove by here yelling at us just a few minutes ago. What's going on in your life that makes you so sad that you need to try to hurt somebody else? For the folks that are addicted in their stuff, you know? What's really going on behind that? Not what's your addiction, what's going on with you? And if we can each do that for just one other human being, I think that's what God wanted. He keeps talking about love. He doesn't talk about, they keep going to Jesus. What's the biggest commandment? What's the thing that we should do? What's the thing we should do? It's just love people. That's it. Love people.
Amen, brother.
Hey, hey!
I'm gonna end on that. I'm gonna say one quick prayer for Lynn, and you guys can talk.
And then we sing Amazing Grace?
After these guys talk.
Hot darn!
So dear God, I just thank you for Lynn. I thank you for the times we got to sit down at Dairy Queen and share a meal together. And I thank you for the times that she told me her stories and a little bit about her life. I thank you for the times that she gave each of us a flower, and even more than that, the smile. I'll never forget that smile. God, thank you that she was a mom, and she was a sister, and she was a daughter. And God, I pray for all those other ladies that are out there right now, and the men that are out there right now who feel so alone. God, that I pray that you put them in our way, and that you challenge us to just love on them and let them know how we feel. And then we pray, amen.
Thank you everybody for coming. It's an honor for me to be here tonight and read this for Lynn. I bought flowers more times and it made me more happy. And I thank her for decorating my life. And I'll speak on behalf of for all of you. This poem is called I'm Free, and I've made a few customizations for her. Don't grieve for me, for now I'm free. I'm following the path God has laid, you see. I took his hand when I heard him call. I turned my back and left it all. I could not stay another day to laugh and to walk and to love and to play. Tasks left undone must stay that way. I found that peace at the close of the day. If my parting has left a void, then fill it with remembered joys, like tonight. A friendship shared, a laugh, a kiss. Yes, these things I'll miss. Be not burdened with times of sorrow. I wish you the sunshine and flowers of tomorrow. My life has been a journey, and I savored much. There were my community and the times that I had here, and a few of yours touch. Perhaps my time seemed all too brief. Don't lengthen it now with undue grief. Lift up your hearts and peace to thee. God wanted me now, and he set me free. God bless me.
Good evening, everyone. I'm just curious, who's bought here flowers from Lynn? Put up your hand. Great. I like to see that because, unfortunately, to be honest with you, I didn't know Lynn at all. Never met her. I was only told about her. I saw her picture on the newspaper, and so I don't know Lynn at all, but I do have a brother who's lived on the streets for 40 years. He's crossed this country probably 2 or 3 times, and for the past year, probably like 9 months, had the chance to have him live in my house We hadn't lived together as brothers for 40 years. That was an adjustment. And develop a new relationship. And I had a business in the Comox Valley, and because my business was downtown, I would have a lot of people who may be homeless. They'd be walking up and down the streets. I can't beat that. But because of my own brother, I had a heart for them and their challenges that they faced. And just having him sit in my house, you know, listening to his story, listening to some of the things that he had to deal with, he would be really comfortable here tonight. I gotta tell you that. He'd be bringing his guitar, he'd be playing his harmonica, he busked on the streets. You know, he just felt at home. Actually, there was a couple of times I actually had to take him down to the gas station just to play the guitar and harmonica so he could just not even make any money, but he just loved being outside and loved being with people that helped him. And just being with people. And he just shared with me just how hard it is. He had friends who died on the streets. He had friends who he saw killed on the streets. He saw friends who overdosed and struggled with addictions just like he did. Today it's still a challenge for him, one day at a time. And you know, just because, you know, it was obvious, you know, for Kevin, my brother's name, because we could see, you know,